Alright, first off, most praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and all your brothers in the highways and the byways doing the work of the Most High in sincerity and in truth. Most Shalom. Alright, this is the brother Awar again with another episode on facts versus fiction. Right? Christianity, which is one of the main religion on this planet, right? And them mostly teach the Bible, and because of them and because of what they teach, most people don't believe in the scriptures because it doesn't make sense. Even if it's allegory, it just doesn't make sense, right? And them teach the Bible contradicting, hence it is easier when you reason with a Christians to pick out contradiction concerning the scriptures. Now we as men of the Lord, through the elders at Great Millstone, right, set us up to correct all these errors, right? So we are here to break down and tear down all lies set up by the so-called white man, right, and Christianity, which is one of the main religion our people lean to, right? Now, another fiction that is said by Christians is that God is all good, yet He is all powerful, right? And if He is all powerful, it is impossible to be all good. Zine, right? So Christianity teach that there is a devil and there is a Satan who is doing all the wicked, and God is doing all the good. And Satan is doing all the wicked, and God is trying to correct them, right? The all-powerful and all-knowing God is trying to correct a error that was made, which is Satan, which is the devil, right? So we are here to go into the scripture, to touch on scriptures that most Christians don't want to touch on, or most Christians don't preach, or they don't even understand when they read it. Because in actuality, when a Christian or something happen, right, and a person go somewhere, crash, or drop down and die, right, them say, I saw God wanted it to happen. I saw God want to take them. And we see it happen over and over here in Jamaica, right? So we just touch upon some scripture, just to knock home the point that the Most High do all things, both good and bad, right? So the first scripture I go to real quick is 1 Samuel 2, verse 6. It said, the Lord kill it and make it alive. He bring it down to the grave and bring it up. The Lord make it poor and make it rich. He bring it low and lift it up. He raise up the poor out of the dust and lift up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the thrones of glory, for the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and He hath set the world upon them. Right? So this simple, right? If a baby born, the Most High make it born. When a man die, the Most High make that person die. When a man rich, the Most High make him rich. When a person poor, the Most High make him poor. Right? There's no way here that said the devil kill and God make alive. It said the Lord kill it and He make it alive, and that is so simple. Right? And to the point, and just drive straight home. I don't think I have to read any more scriptures from this one, because this is clear as day. But I'm going to touch on a couple more, right, to further drive home the point that the Most High do all things, and He is all powerful. Hence He is the Most High. There's nothing higher than Him. Right? Our next scripture, Salakia, is Amos 3 and verse 7. This is Amos 3 verse 5. Salakia verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not be afraid? Right, what's a trumpet? A trumpet is a horn when a sound when there is trouble, when there is war, when there is an invasion. You have a man who watch upon the towers, blow them trumpet. Just like we on the highways and the byways right now, right, blowing the trumpet. We are crying aloud. We are making the people know that, hey, war is coming and destruction is coming. And who is bringing that destruction? The Most High. Right? The Lord's bringing the destruction. Right? It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Hey, because at that time, when the watchman blow the trumpet, hey, the people know that war is coming shortly, or some invasion is going to happen. Right? Just like we know. We blow the trumpet, but these our people don't recognize the trumpet now. So they are not afraid. They look at us and they scoff at us, yeah? Right? It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord that not done it? Right, it's a question you must ask. Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord that not done it? Right? At most I do all things, yeah? So if there's evil in the city, the most I do it. So if there is an invasion and the most I do that. And if the town get invaded and everybody there, the most I do that. Just like one time Moses sent Israel down into a town to kill down to the baby on the breast here. Can you imagine a army invade right now and killing everybody? Right? Even the baby on the breast in this town. Right? I can't imagine that. You're not going to say the Lord do this. I said devil strong, devil wicked. You're not going to ever put that upon the Lord, but it is documented in the scriptures where the Moses sent Israel to kill off everybody in a city. Right? So if there's evil in the city, the Moses do it. The scripture at no point said the devil go do evil in a city. Hey, the Moses have him spirits them when work with you. The Moses sit down upon him throne and him send which spirit wherever him want that spirit to go. Right? Just like in the book of Kings. Right? When there was this thing the Moses sit down upon him throne and have angel upon the right and the left. Right? Contempting to go down to persuade Ahab. Right? And the spirit stepped forth and the spirit said, I will go down. And the Moses said, go and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets, so you can go to war and die. The Most High do that. I think it's 1 Kings 22 and 19, or 19 and 22, if I'm not wrong. Right, you can go and check it out. Right? Next scripture, the last scripture is Isaiah 45. And this is a very popular scripture among Israel. Because this scripture cut deep, yeah? Cut real deep. Alright, let me read the scripture real quick. Right? This is Isaiah 45. I'm going to start at 4. It's for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect. I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God beside me. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. Right? And that is deep, yeah? It's I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no other Lord. Right? There is no other Lord. There is no other Most High. There is no other power but the Most High power, yeah? That's why we say all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Because that's the order of things, yeah? There is no God beside me. He said, He formed the light. He said, I formed the light and create darkness. I made peace and create evil. Let me read that again. He said, I formed the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Right? So the Most High do all these things, yeah? He formed the light and He create darkness. Him the good and Him the bad. It's a balance. That's why He's the Most High. There is no devil doing wrong and the Most High is trying to correct it. Right? There's none. The Most High is second to none. Right? So, hey, and if that no open up your eyes to the truth and the fact that the Most High, hence why him have the name the Most High, then something wrong with you, yeah? They don't deserve to be in Christianity or whatever religion you have that teach anything otherwise from that, calling the Most High, yet still he only do all good. Right? The head twist up your mind, twist up. Hey, in that movie, I think it was Superman. Some Superman, right? Dawn of Justice or something like that. Right? Lex Luthor say, oh, God cannot be all good. He said if the Most High is all good, he cannot be all powerful. And if he's all powerful, he cannot be all good. That is impossible. Right? Because if you're all powerful, you have to do bad. You have to do, otherwise you have to do contrary. You control all the divide, you control both sides of the divide. The Most High is balance. Right? Say, I hope this video it home. So with that, myself, praises and glory again to Yahweh Bashim Yashai Bashim Rakakodash, the blessings to the apostles of GMS and all the brothers in the highways and the byways doing the work of the Most High in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.